So this is a chapter about Vexis, who is the researcher in space. And in this section, she is going to a briefing on the ship to talk about Earth weapons. So this is pretty much going to take place during that briefing. As I arrived at the promenade, I was scanned by the ship's AI and granted access. Even though we have the same mission of monitoring Earth, there are some areas and projects that have become compartmentalized. There was an instance about 90 years ago where Earth was creating weapons that could have had catastrophic consequences, and we were just supposed to watch and see if they actually attempted to carry out the plans. Everyone on the ship at that point was privy to all information. There was one man who decided to take an unsanctioned team to Earth and try to keep humanity from blowing itself up. He went so far as to ask to speak with the President of the United States. Absolution was not happy with this. Our job was to monitor Earth until Absolution decides it's time for a reset, no matter what the humans do. Many people on board the Nicola were upset about Absolution's lack of involvement with keeping humanity from its own extinction. So the Absolution Council made the decision to clean up the vessel, bring everyone back to Absol 1 and start over. They only had left a skeleton crew behind. New teams were sent to the Nicola with a new team that meant new protocols, new categories, and new leadership. After that, our briefings were on a need-to-know basis. There are rooms and sections of the ship that have special access. We also don't have access to leave the ship at any point unless it has been requested and approved by Absolution. I walked into the briefing room where Killian and Visha were waiting for me and sat in the chair between the two of them. "Good morning," Visha remarks, obviously noting my sleep time. "Yep, it's morning. I got 4 hours of sleep, which isn't too bad. How has your day been?" Good. Grandma is looking over your incident from yesterday. She said the assessment will be easy and we should see notes on it tonight." "Great. Yeah, that was a weird one. I don't get the mindset of Earth humans sometimes. Red and green, good, bad. It's just all so simple. So it piqued my curiosity for sure." "Red and green?" Killian asks. I almost forgot he was there. Last night, an event came in for review, and it was the United States president talking about using media to manipulate the people by using the colors red and green. I didn't find it outwardly evil, but it was kind of odd. I am careful not to reveal too much about the incident, just in case there are people without a need to know listening nearby. Killian remarks. "That is weird. I'm wondering if it's something simple, like stoplights or warning signs. Green means go, red means stop kind of thing." "Could be." Visha leans over to join the conversation. "I think..." Before he could continue, a tall woman with blue skin walks into the room. I had never seen her before, and this was not Carson. She must be the person briefing today. The woman has long, wavy silver hair, with black highlighted throughout, and silver eyes. She is wearing a fitted black dress with chrome high-heeled shoes, the kind of outfit that is extremely impractical in a space environment, but entirely for visual purposes. She is stunning. Now I could see why Visha stopped talking so quickly. The room fell to a hush, and she stood in the center of the room. "Good afternoon, everyone." She looks up at the clear sphere floating in the back of the room. "Can everyone hear me and see me on the live feed?" A technician on the side of the room gives a brief nod. "Excellent. Welcome to today's briefing. Just to introduce myself, I am Admiral Helena Cavallo. I am part of the Nanotech Experimentation and Research Division for Earth Science, NERDS for short. This is my first time here on the Nicola, and I am very excited to be here." The room erupts in welcome applause. Many of you are familiar with and have used nanotechnology for many years. However, Earth is not as advanced, and our job is to monitor Earth's capabilities over time. The Admiral walks to each side of the room, giving everyone her attention and visibility. "Recently, we have noticed that a group of scientists and innovators on Earth have been able to successfully use nanotechnology to regrow a limb." A low chatter came over the room. The Admiral puts her hand up to quiet the room. Rest assured that even though we have one success, it does not mean there will be more. She turns to the glass behind her and displays an array of images. You may be wondering, why do we need a briefing because of a regrown limb? And on the surface, it might look like a regrown limb. Medical advancements would be greatly impacted by such a development in technology. She cleared her throat. However, the company that created this technology is a military contractor called Nanocore Robotics, NARO. They specialize in the creation of robots and superhuman technology, meaning if they continue to advance down this route, they may begin to create superhuman soldiers to fight in their wars. Someone in the crowd raises their hand. Yes, you have a question, the Admiral acknowledges. The individual stands up. Thank you, Admiral. If they have been developing this technology, why hasn't anyone on our EB teams destroyed the technology or hindered the process in any way? The man takes a seat and murmurs to his colleagues as if his question was meant to catch her off guard. Great question. We have been monitoring this process. However, our EB teams have not been able to infiltrate this specific group at Narrow. We are working on that as we speak, but the time frame seems to have sped up significantly. The humans were not on track to create this technology for another 2 years. However, your work on this ship has been of great importance to our teams. Keep up the work you are doing and continue to report anything that may cause a concern. The remaining part of the briefing discussed the functions of nanotechnology and its practical applications within the scientific and medical community. Since we have been using the technology for around 300 years now, this was nothing new. Lastly, the Admiral continues, we will be requesting some of you for a few detailed positions within our EB teams. I have transferred the applications and requirements to your devices for review. She swipes her hand through the air and a notification comes across my vision. Alert. Detail opportunity with nerds. Click to review. I am quick to open the file and review the requirements. Detail opportunity with nerds. Qualifications. 2 rotations on the Nikola. Analytical skills. Proficient in 5 to 10 Earth languages. Advanced hand-to-hand combat. Handheld Earth weapons. Requirements. Supervisory assessment and recommendation. Written transmission of intent. Sample of analytical work. Successful completion of weapons and combat assessment. Specific accommodations can be made based upon submission and outstanding assessment scores. Deadline to apply 063045000000. Damn it! I close the file in frustration, exclaiming a little louder than I thought. The entire room looks at me. Sorry, I apologize and look at the Admiral to see if she heard me as well. She did. Is there a problem? She gives me a stern but inquisitive stare. I stand up. I'm sorry, Admiral. I was just upset that I did not meet the requirements on the Nikola. I didn't mean to speak so loudly. She smiles and gives me a regarding nod. Ah, yes. There is a time requirement. We do make some exceptions, but you do need to be exceptional. She looks me over as if to assess my capabilities. She is probably accessing my file as we speak. I am unable to tell for sure because her gaze didn't leave me. I believe I'm exceptional, Admiral. I would love to apply. I don't know why I am making my case here in front of everyone. The way she is looking at me makes me want to tell her everything about me. How does she do that? Maybe you are. We will just have to see about that, won't we? And she gives me a final nod and continues her speech. I finally sit down, stunned at what just happened. Was that too much? Wow, Vex. That was bold, Killian whispers, just as stunned by our conversation as I am. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Thank you for coming to the briefing, everyone. I look forward to seeing some of your applications for the detailed position. You are dismissed. The Admiral glances my way and then left the room. Looks like she's a Cylon. Visha says, looking at the information block on his ocular. Visha has more clearances than we do. He can pull up the profiles of higher ranked individuals, whereas analysts on a basic level, like me and Killian, we only see the profiles of those within our ranks and immediate supervisors. What's a Sinolon? Killian asks. Well, from what I can gather, she is from the planet Silo. There are a race of people with psychic abilities. They can project feelings and emotions onto other people, Visha explains. That explains that encounter. I knew I wouldn't have said that on my own. Killian laughs. You did great. You are exceptional. So you just told the truth. He places his hand on my shoulder. You can never go wrong with telling the truth. My heart flutters. His hand on my shoulder feels so nice. We have been friends for years, but lately, any time I'm near him, I just get goosebumps. Thanks. I hope I didn't ruin my chances giving myself a reputation or something. I doubt that, Visha says. And now we just have to work on your application. Not that I want to lose you, but I know how much you've been wanting to be on an EB team. This would be a great opportunity for you to gain some first-hand knowledge of and report back. I smile, and we all walk towards the door. I'll see you later on for shift, Vexis. Great seeing you again, Killian. Visha regards us and heads down the hall to the research center. You too, Visha, Killian says. I'm gonna head out. Got rocks to watch. I'll see you around, Vex. See ya, I wave and watch him walk away. From behind, I could hear the click of heels approaching. Analyst Hot, Admiral Cavallo's voice sings behind me. I turn around and find her standing all of 3 feet away from me. Up close, she is even more beautiful than from a distance. She couldn't be more than 32 in Earth years. Maybe age works differently on her planet. To be an admiral at such a young age was definitely an accomplishment. Oh, hi, Admiral, I respond. I was reviewing your file, and I think it would be an honor to have you on one of our teams, and I hope you consider applying. First in your class at the Academy, highly proficient in 20 Earth languages, and highly proficient in close-quarter combat. Have you ever shot a weapon before? Yes, I have, Admiral. Excellent. I look forward to seeing your scores on your assessment. You are applying, correct? Asking as if I had a choice at this point, even though of course I was applying. Yes, Admiral. On my way to submit my application. My supervisor is already aware. Great. Enjoy your day, Analyst Hot. She places her hand on my arm and walks down the hall. You as well, I whisper to myself as I watch her walk away. I walk back to my room, and I can feel my heart racing. I don't know if she's making me feel like this, or if I would have felt like this on my own. I would have to get past this if I'm going to work on this application and the assessments. Hopefully I won't be on her team. She did say that there would be teams, not just one. I try to think about that. I will be on another team. That's if in the event I get picked. Part of me wishes we did have Carson to conduct the briefing today. Nyala greets me as I walk in the door. Then I get to work on my application.